There we go. Really, I just walk on stage and you guys applause. I really did not have to try so hard on this. Good evening, class. Before we start, I would like to ask you all a few questions. Have you ever wanted to take over the world? Have you ever wanted to get revenge on all of society? Yes. Have you ever wanted to just watch the world burn? In other words, have you ever wanted to be evil? Well, first of all, get help. That's not normal. And second of all, you have come to the right place. My name is Andy Chen, and today I will be teaching you how to be a supervillain in just 5 easy-to-understand steps. Now, I do have to get one thing out of the way before we start. There will be no audience participation. I will need absolute silence. This is a lecture, after all. The goal is education, not entertainment. This is an entirely serious presentation, which is why I'm starting it with a quote from a very serious movie. Megamind. All men must choose between 2 paths. Good is the path of honor, heroism, and nobility. Evil? Well, it's just cool. Let's get started. Step 1, choosing your villain archetype. Now, every villain fits into some kind of archetype or category. For example, I myself am a mad scientist, specifically a mad engineer. That means I specialize in technology, gadgets, things like that. You know, I would demonstrate, but apparently bringing a giant laser of death isn't school appropriate enough for this event, so what can you do? If you need any other examples of Mad Engineer, it would include things like Megamind from Megamind, Dr. Doofenshmirtz from Phineas and Ferb, and Professor Poopy Pants from the Captain Underpants book series. Great role models, huh? Of course, there are other archetypes. Do we have any robots in the crowd tonight? Do we have any robots? Come on. Got a few? Put your hands back down. I said no audience participation. But that would include things like, you know, Ultron, HAL 9000, Terminator, gray with red lights, you know. What else do we have? Oh, corrupt corporate executive. These guys, usually owner of large tech companies, they use their immense wealth to fund their evil schemes. Include things like Lex Luthor from DC Comics, Norman Osborn from Marvel, and Jeff Bezos on the news. No one brought me any topics to this, right? Please. Okay. Now, of course, I could go on for a lot longer. My original script was like 6 pages long, and it was 25 minutes long. So obviously I couldn't do that. I mean, it's still really long, but what are they going to do if I go over the time limit? Forcibly remove me from the stage? Don't answer that. Let's move on, shall we? Step 2, creating your villain name. Your villain name should encompass everything you are as a villain. It should strike fear into the hearts of your enemies, inspire confidence in your allies, and above all else, it should sound really cool. So in other words, don't be like Big Wheel. Now, I know. I'm sorry if I offended all 2 of you who know who Big Wheel is. But I mean no disrespect. He's such a famous Spider-Man villain. Like, come on. I want to see him get his own movie as much as the next guy. I do have a script written. What was I talking about? Names. Big Wheel. Bad name. No, Kite Man. That's fun. I mean, there really aren't any. There is one rule to the supervillain name. It's kind of an exception, but if your like normal given name one has 3 syllables and 2 starts with a fun letter, literally just go with it. For example, Lord Voldemort from Harry Potter. Voldemort. 3 syllables, starts with a V. Emperor Palpatine. Palpatine. Starts with a P. Lord Garmadon from Lego Ninjago. Garmadon. Starts with a G. These guys are the embodiment of evil. They don't even need a special villain name to sell it. Their original name already does. Mark Zuckerberg. Starts with a Z. Now, yes, outside of that, there aren't really, and you went to the next slide too early, but whatever. I was gonna make a bit about how, like, your villain name is super personalized, and I really shouldn't be able to decide it for you. I'm doing it anyways. Your villain name will be decided by your birth month, your birthday. Your birth month and the last digit of your birthday. So, for example, my birthday is January 27th. That would make my villain name Mr. Irresistible. Now, I wrote that joke back when I thought the talent show was still being called Mr. Irresistible, and it was a lot funnier back then. I'll call on some people. Does anyone have any good names out here? Come on, raise your hands. You? What? Okay. Wow. Tough luck, man. Oh, and again, no audience participation. That went really well. Well, I literally just did step 2 for you, so let's move on to step 3. But first, this time, the quote is a single word. One word that entirely encompasses what step 3 is. And that single word is presentation. That's right. We're talking about clothes. Step 3, creating your villain look. Now, if you don't know where to start, you can never go wrong with classic black. There is a reason so many villains choose black. It's dark, it's mysterious, it's a lot easier to clean than white. That's the main reason. Of course, there are other options. For example, secondary colors. Orange, green, purple, hot pink, you know the ones. Basically, they're great because they contrast well with the heroes who usually use primary colors red, yellow, and blue. Which is why literally every Spider-Man villain is green. Does that bother anyone else? Like, I understand with like the lizard, but why is green birds don't exist? Right? Let's move on. What's next? The villain outfit isn't just color. I am a big fan of the trench coat. It's been my lifelong dream to own a long black trench coat, which is how you know my life sucks. But, business suits are also great, obviously. They're simple, but they're stylish. Who here has a suit? Like, who here owns any kind of suit? Come on. Again, no audience participation, but see? They're much easier to get than, like, long black capes, you know? But, like in step 2, the villain outfit is a very personalized thing. Like, basically, wear purple if you're the Joker, not if you're Darth Vader. Actually, I take that back. That looks great. But, really just do what you want. A villain isn't just their outfit, obviously. Batman would be a villain then. So what separates the villains from the heroes who just have a good sense of style, huh? That's where step 4 comes in. practicing your villainous actions. First up, the evil lair. There is no reason not to have some kind of evil lair. It doesn't need a lava moat or a big skull-shaped roof, unlike what my pictures suggest. But it just needs to be a good place for you to do your evil in. Come on, if Steve Jobs can start his career in a garage, so can you. Oh, henchmen. Henchmen are very good to have. You can't do everything by yourself. I actually have one of my henchmen here today. He's up in the booth. He's controlling slides right now. Can we get a big hand for Ian Shee? Just kidding. Stop. There's no audience participation. He doesn't deserve it anyway. Just kidding, Ian. You're doing great. That's what I pay you for. Next slide, please. Oh, the villain monologue. The big grand speech where you get to reveal your evil plan to the world. I mean, monologues aren't just useful for that. Technically, I'm monologuing right now. Any public speech you do as a villain technically counts as a villain monologue. But no monologue would be complete without a last thing in this step. The evil laugh. So, if you allow me to demonstrate. And I would go on, but I'm not funny, so why would anyone laugh? Right? Speaking of things that are laughable, step 5, finding your arch nemesis. I'm not quoting it this time, don't worry. But if the movie Megamind is anything to go by, a villain is nothing without their hero. Every Lex Luthor has their Superman. Every Joker has their Batman. Every Doof has their Perry. And every school kid has the guy who invented IXL. Well, there are exceptions. I myself don't actually have an arch nemesis. I usually beat my... Ian. This slide wasn't... Okay, Ian. Are you really doing this? Are we really doing this right now? Can you go to the next slide, please? Okay. All right, Ian. I'm gonna count to 3. I'm gonna count to 3, and you're gonna. Okay. How did you even get a picture of that, Ian? That was behind closed doors. Hey Siri, remind me to throw Ian into the Shark Tank tomorrow at 5. Okay. Next slide, Ian. Yeah, that one's fine. Okay, I do have one arch nemesis. Hero Man. Stupid name, by the way. Terrible name. Whoever came up with that is beyond stupid. So, he's so annoying. He's always talking about truth and justice. Oh, and at the end of every single one of our fights, he pulls out this power of friendship nonsense out of nowhere. He starts glowing rainbow colors, and he just like punches me across the city, right? Come on. Like seriously, power of friendship, I can't compete with that. I don't have any friends. I swear, he's so annoying. He's so badly written. His costume sucks. His costume is terrible. I hate it. Oh, you guys really reacted to that one. Yeah, I mean, it's not like I'm afraid of him. He's not a big threat or anything. I'll say it again. I am not afraid of Hero Man. Hi.
I'm here to stop you and put an end to your villainy.
You know, he says this every single time.
So are you?
What do you mean who am I? I'm your arch nemesis, man. What?
Yeah, sure. Sure.
Okay.
Regardless, I'm here to stop you and put an end here and now.
Oh yeah?
No, I'm never able to defeat you. Because I have the power of friendship.
Okay, here he goes again. It's like this every time. I bet right now he's like having flashbacks to every single person who's stood behind him and supported him. I don't have anyone here. I do have people sitting behind me though. There might be enough people in this audience to, Now I know what I said about audience participation, but I could really use you guys' help right now, huh? So I just need a big wave of positive energy. I think a big round of applause would work.